Hello, good evening, and welcome to Question Time with your hosts of the All With Smiling Faces podcast.
Still no elevator music.
Bum, bum, bum.
So we're gonna get some questions sent our way. You
don't know what I'm doing. Trying to
some
get
questions sent in. We've had them sent in over the last couple of hours.
It was like
a game show.
A fancy Las Vegas elevator. Bit of swing.
One,
-2.
Have you ever seen Face Tracker, by the way? Sorry, I'm going off topic.
What?
Face Tracker.
Is this the first question which has been
Honestly,
sent in?
right, you have to... Or is it Phone Tracker? No,
It's the same thing. Phone Tracker was like the sounds, and then Face Tracker was the video.
Go on YouTube, everybody. Listen, go on YouTube, right, and type
After
in,
you've watched this,
of course, yes.
version.
But truthfully, anyone that listens to this has to next episode to watch is the Palace review, and then you have to watch this video though. So there's on Face Tracker or Phone Tracker, man in a lift, right, and he goes into the lift, right. He's in. Like,
well, don't spoil it for them.
Well, he's all right, I won't. You have to watch it. It's phenomenal.
There you are. You heard it here first.
It's the funniest.
Go
thing
on
to watch.
YouTube and watch Man in an Elevator.
And then watch Moira's drive through.
Right, first question. Honestly.
There's a bit of a reoccurring theme tonight with the questions, with a couple of them food related.
Happy days.
Let's tackle the food ones first.
Food ones first. So, first one in then is from Young Joseph. Chilcott.
When was the last time you had strawberries?
When was the last time? He's taken one for a bit of a theme with
All
that
right.
one. So, when was the last time you had a chippy tea?
Last night.
Degger, always last night. So Degger's is always last night.
Like
no matter
every
what
night.
day
I
of the
had
week
a
you ask him.
14-inch Georgia Light pizza.
Well, hold on, a pizza doesn't count as a chippy tea.
A bag
Was
of chips.
it?
I had a
Nah.
bag-
Where do you get a pizza from?
It was from a chip
Pizza
shop.
shop?
Chip shop?
No, it was from a chip shop.
Whoa,
Yes,
whoa,
you
whoa.
do.
Look, we've had this debate before.
Well, I got a bag of chips.
A chip
I
shop
got a
sells
jumbo-
like fish and chips and sausage and
I got
pies and...
If
Well,
you
that
let-
one does.
If you let us finish. I got a jumbo sausage. I got a bag of chips.
Right, that's
I
a
got
chippy tea.
2 tubs of garlic. And I got a 14-inch kebab pizza. How was that sound? Chippy.
The first bit was chippy related.
So where do you get your pizzas from?
A pizzeria.
So just like Pizza Hut.
No, like... You have like... Different your takeaways that sell like pizzas and kebabs, for instance.
Right.
And then you have a chip shop.
Yeah, but also sell
Sells
chips.
kebab and pizza, of course I do.
Nah, it's not all chip shops. If you went into a chip shop, it wouldn't sell kebabs and
So,
pizzas.
give
would
me
it?
this one if you went down
So do you
to
mean
say
like Coleman's or the
Sure.
Redwood?
If you went to Coleman's, because that is a fish and chip shop.
overrated as hell.
So what
No,
is...
But like, he's got a point.
So what would you call one that does both and pizzas?
A takeaway.
A takeaway. Just call it a takeaway.
I didn't like the ones that give you the polystyrene chips. You
Oh, I like it
the
in a bag,
polystyrene-
proper bag.
Yeah.
Do you know what I don't like?
Or like the cardboard ones.
The ones where
Yes.
the same shop will
Good
do
shout.
curries and pizzas.
Aye,
They're weird.
They're flamboyant,
Takeaways.
them, aren't they?
They're weird.
They're
They're
fun.
taking the piss.
Yeah.
Except Salim's on Leam Lane. Salim's on Leam Lane sells everything in the world.
Nah, I'm not having it.
It's unreal.
I want them to specify it, like be specific on one thing.
Naan kebab.
Yes, I had one of them. I was always saying
Yeah,
that.
naan
Naan
babs are
kebabs,
nice.
obviously.
Naan babs
Oh,
are nice.
unbelievable.
Nice, aye. It came in, it was like me arm. I was like, wait, we're in business.
Naan
here.
bread, kebab meat, bit of chicken, kebab on. And they
How much-
also put in
one of them,
balty sauce over the
This is
top.
what he called. There's a lad in my work called Rob. Hi, Rob.
Hi, Rob.
Hi, Rob.
Chinese. The rice comes in
Who
a
is
bag.
Rob? Rob's Chinese.
No, he's
What?
not Chinese rep. The rice comes in a bag. Just like
Oh,
a
we
bag.
used to get bags of rice.
That's so weird.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Put it in the carton.
Aye.
No.
So it turns up as a takeaway. So you get your, see if you get
A bag of rice.
sweet and sour chicken or something. So that'll turn up in the carton. Then the rice is just like a sandwich bag.
no.
That's wrong in it.
That's
That is
really hard
wrong.
drive.
Right. So if anyone's listening,
didn't-
you've had rice in a bag. Get in contact with it because that's the weirdest
I
thing
did
ever.
used to, but they've now gone on.
It must be a Gated
It's
thing.
like
Because
one
he
of them
lives in Gated.
smaller. You get in a small square one these
Yeah.
days, don't you?
Small.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but not in
yeah,
a bag,
yeah.
not in a sandwich bag.
Definitely.
Not
So
me
you
bag.
had chippy tea last night.
It was tremendous, yeah, I did, yeah.
Mine was on Friday night at a chippy tea.
What did you have?
I had a chicken Kiev pizza.
Oh, it's not
It's not a chippy tea, man.
I had chips. I had chips.
No, I'm not having
I
that.
had
That's not a
garlic.
chippy
I'm
tea.
going to ask,
The
did the
pizza
chips come in wrapped up, or did they come in a polystyrene?
Was it like
They
was it like
came
frozen?
in
Was
a
it like
bag,
was
then
it like
wrapped up.
frozen like chips that are put in the deep fat fryer, or was it
No, I
proper
went for
chipped
the, no,
potatoes?
no, I went for the skinny fries. When I get garlic, I go for the skinny fries.
I'm
Unless I
not
go to
chips,
Gills.
I'm
not
gonna
chips, that.
see. I went to Gills.
It's not chippy, that.
Gills is a chippy.
That's a takeaway.
Gills is a
No.
chippy. But I'm gonna say, on your point, if you order a pizza and get a bag of chips in them polystyrene things, you are not going to.
You're not having a chippy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was in Polestar.
a chippy
No, I'm
has
just-
no,
I'm
no,
just
but
saying,
chippy.
I'm half
The
on
chippy
this
has to be like a proper potato
Yeah.
that's been cut up or gone through the machine and made in a deep fat fryer thing.
rolled up in the
Chips.
Gazette.
When was the last time you saw
Chippy.
chips in the Gazette?
I'm just taking the piss. I did when I was a kid though. Them were the days.
You chips
I-
covered in Lee Ryder.
So I had
I was
one on,
like reading the review of one of my chips.
He once had Lee Ryder chips, man.
so I had one Saturday night from South Shields down the seafront.
Did you? What was it? Where? Sorry?
Whereabouts?
Down the seafront.
Which one?
What's it called? Big Red or something like that.
Red Hood.
Red Hood, is it?
Oh, the Red Hood. Yeah.
Big Red!
I don't know,
Sounds
sorry,
like a
Red.
game war.
It's like because you've got Coleman's is down that end and then a bit further up on the
Got me
corner.
fish and chips from Big Red.
On the corner.
It's on the corner,
Tiny,
isn't it? Aye.
Yeah, Red Hood. Yeah. Is it, yeah.
Went there.
That's
the best one
quite
on
good.
Ocean Road.
It is good. Yeah, it's very good.
Had it there. Fish and chips.
Right, next question.
Proper chip shop.
What time did you get it?
What time? Oh, it was after the match, so like by the time I got down there, took the dog, probably
Alright.
about 6:30.
Alright, next.
We'll stay on the food related. So this is from Dom.
Dom.
From
Dom.
Dom. From
Dom. Dom from?
from
Guillermo Clothing.
exactly.
Oh,
Felt funny. You were going to say that. I was waiting for you, mate.
All right. So on the theme of fish and chips,
Hi, Dom from.
like I had Dom from. What is your sauce of choice on fish and chips? Dom's going curry sauce or gravy.
Curry.
Curry sauce?
100% not gravy. Like.
You don't have gravy on
Nah,
fish.
you don't have gravy on
No.
fish.
Mine would
Curry,
be tomato sauce until I can't see the fish.
tomato sauce.
Tart.
I have salt and vinegar, bit of batter, and a bit of tomato sauce on the side.
Never been a
But if I am having sauce, it would be curry.
Curry. Yeah.
Curry.
I'll go
I
for
know-
curry.
You wouldn't have garlic, would you? Would you have garlic?
I would, but I
on your
wouldn't-
fish and chips.
I wouldn't turn my nose
Oh,
about
you
it. Like.
dirty bastards.
I've done it before. Like
No.
that.
Not having that.
No, but I think. I get a chip butty with curry sauce. So if I went to
Aye.
have a chip butty with curry sauce, I've never went anywhere to have fish and chips with curry sauce. I'm not saying it's bad. I just haven't done it. I normally get it and go,
I have a couple of times.
and then I
Yeah,
just
yeah.
get that big bottle out and I'm like, way. Right. So
But I prefer a bit of ketchup. Dip me chips in the ketchup.
like that. Way.
Hey.
So, Decker, this one's just from you.
Just
From
from
me?
you. You've been sending
From you.
questions into yourself,
Send it
mate.
in for yourself, I think. Actually, reading the question probably
Probably
has.
the answer.
So, this is from Neil John.
Dance's
Yeah,
Tory.
John.
Dance's Tory.
So, if Decker...
You do well like that, didn't you?
If Decker had to choose between never watching Tiger Woods again
Oh, hey.
or
Hey, last night, you know.
never eating garlic sauce / ketchup again,
Shit, mate, this is really hard.
which would he pick?
Right, shall we decide for him? I
Oh,
think it'd be
dear.
Tiger Woods. Because garlic's going to last your life.
You can't let...
Tiger Woods will stop eventually. Hopefully.
To be fair,
Sweet you
Tiger Woods has retired like 17 times, hasn't he?
will. Imagine Tiger Woods.
He's only...
covered
Like,
in-
the last few years he's been shit.
Imagine Tiger Woods covering
So you
in
could,
garlic.
you could like, not be bothered about Tiger for a bit.
Oh,
But you couldn't live without garlic sauce and ketchup, could you?
Which
I
one do
think-
you live without?
I'm with what he's saying because obviously eventually he's going to retire, isn't he? And then what am I going to
Probably-
do? Just sit and watch a
probably
highlight reel for the rest of my life without me garlic.
Like yeah, for the last 6 years.
Without me garlic.
I have to be saying that last night, you know, I was nearly in tears, you know. I was nearly in
Gil's
tears.
had any garlic.
Honestly, no. I was eating my pizza and he done his speech and I was a wreck. I was all allowed to go. What are you doing? I was like, no, this is the best.
Didn't even cry at the birth of his daughter.
Well, my last night went, why are you more excited for him about to win this competition than you were for Leila being born? I was like, well,
He hasn't ruined my life.
I was like, well, you know. No, it was an amazing moment. Like it was the bit.
So you haven't
So,
answered the question.
are you going to chuck Tiger in the bin? Is that what you're saying?
I can't do that.
Tiger or garlic?
Can I do it to him?
Tiger or garlic?
Garlic, Tiger, garlic.
You got to pick? Tiger or garlic?
You're not allowed to have one of these things
Or
for the rest
sauce.
of your life.
So your option's 3. You can get rid of one.
I'm kind of going to sit on the fence a little bit.
No.
Because if you said to me Tiger's going to play forever, I'm choosing Tiger Woods.
Over garlic.
Over
Yes.
garlic sauce.
100%.
And ketchup.
But I know
But you say garlic more times a week than what you say tiger.
yeah.
that is
no,
true.
I don't know.
He could still have curry, couldn't he?
He doesn't even like
But if I could live without curry sauce, near bother.
Oh, aye.
Near bother. I would definitely just sit and watch my highlight reel then.
Tiger Woods or your lass.
Oh, easy Tiger Woods.
Right, next.
So, friend of the podcast, Daryl, Mr. Mitchell Hill,
Oh.
he sends in...
He knows my mate Liam, you know, on the trains. Anyway, sorry, apologise. Sorry, that was really random, but you do. So.
How big a problem is our toothless forward line?
Oh.
Who can or will step up and score the goals to get us out of this mess we're finding ourselves in? Is the time right for Muto to start a game? Leicester haven't been good away recently, but you'd bet that will change Saturday.
Probably. But I don't want to put all the blame in the strikers being toothless. I want to put a lot of the blame in the service which they're receiving. So I don't think we can solely blame the strikers.
Yeah. A bit like Mitrovic.
Scoring goals.
I've sat here when we won the championship even in the first season. My worry's always been scoring enough goals. Never been worried about keeping them out. It's scoring enough. And it's exactly the same feeling I have now, is that we're just not going to score enough. And I am really worried, yes I am. Because why I'm more worried now is that I don't even look at the bench and feel we'll have an option to like, oh, Mint, he might get a goal. Do you know what I mean? I don't have that excitement as much anymore.
I think for me, you've got a... Perez needs to go and sit on the bench.
I think so as well.
Bring Muto in. Muto and Rondon up front.
You've got
and then at least you've got Perez, who can come on and be an impact player. Stick him up front.
He's done it before.
He's to be fair to him, he's better doing that. Coming on and having an impact.
I don't see Muto starting, and this isn't my personal opinion, but due to what Rafa was saying about him, lightweight, needs to toughen up. I can't see him starting, to be honest. Me personally, I would love to see get Joselu and Rondon up there, but we're back to where we were 2 years ago about playing two up front. But I would love to see too. We are shite, right? We don't create. Sorry, we don't create anything. All we do is normally lump it along. Get two of them up there. Get the two big ones up there. Get up there.
I missed it. Sorry.
All right.
I personally would like to see both of them up there. And then they'd cause some real shit up there. I think
it would.
I think we should
some
shit
give it a go. Give it a go on Saturday.
We're two up front. Them two. And just because
it's not happening.
I know it's not. But we're not scoring anyway with having Perez doing absolutely nothing and then having no support for Rondon. So I would say, we're at home.
We should get some hydraulics in the pitch, so we can just sink one end.
Well, what already do? Technically.
No, like higher.
Oh,
they're pretty high.
True, right, yeah.
So Shaquille
O'Neal.
Close. His message there. Yeah, Shaquille O'Neal.
I quite like that.
Class,
Well done.
Tip me that,
Brickhead is his real name.
Brickhead?
Yeah, it's on his birth certificate and everything.
Alright, okay.
When are we allowed to criticise/analyse? I like that word better. Rafa's tactics and not be called fake fans of the Rafa is God Brigade.
I think we just did on the last podcast, to be honest.
We did last week.
Just because you're criticising him doesn't mean he's a bad manager. Everyone is there to be criticised. Just like if they're doing well, they're there to be applauded.
I'm still not agreeing with that criticise word. Analyse.
Analyse. Okay.
Discuss.
We'll analyse.
Because criticise just means you're just having a go for the sake of it.
Not necessarily.
No, I disagree.
If you're a critic.
Constructive feedback. Discussion.
Alright, okay.
That's what I would...
Whatever you want to call it.
So, sorry,
we're still allowed to say that it's bad choices and bad decisions.
So are we allowed to criticise or analyse Rafa's tactics?
Of course
and not be called fake?
Of course you're allowed. Of course you're allowed. There's no point in going if you're not. But he has a point though that, let's be fair, you seem to get wrong though, don't you? I did when I had my say about it. People having to go at me and he instantly... And I was saying this
you
last
had
week.
some shit last week and we forgot to talk about that, didn't
It's
we?
how you approach it really though, isn't it?
You have this line where if you do say something negative, you instantly want him out and you hate him and you think he's a nasty person.
You support Mike Ashley. Mike Ashley supporter.
All I'm saying is just ring subs on earlier. It doesn't mean that I don't like the guy. My fucking profile picture on Twitter is me standing next to him, giving him a kiss and that one. Like I clearly love the guy, but it doesn't mean that I kind of criticise.
Is that the night you wouldn't send the photos of us with forever? Because you're too busy putting yours on Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. You sent one to your mum, your dad,
I did.
Your lass. You put a dog filter on your face.
A dog filter? Did I?
Yeah.
No, I did. No, but he's
You
right.
Photoshop Rafa's head off and put Margaret Thatcher's head on it.
John Major.
I always go back to the same argument and no one ever answers it to us. And someone at work the other day was saying the same thing, having a go at us because I was criticising Rafa. And I says, right, all right, you analysing. Sorry, you don't change anything of what's happened through this season, and you stick McLaren there. Say it was McLaren. What would your opinion be? Would you be saying to me now, it's all right, he knows what he's doing, he's been doing well here. That's his fault.
No, because that's McLaren versus Benitez, who's a proven manager, isn't
it? No.
But to be fair, no,
His
to
tactics.
answer that question,
If we put, well, it felt like 15 behind the ball against Chelsea at home, and that was McLaren, I am telling you now, the fans would have been booing. They would have been booing. They wouldn't be walking out there.
We did have a handful of boos, like, we
wouldn't
do
be,
get it.
well,
at
maybe,
home.
but they wouldn't be walking out there going, think of their goal difference, think of their goal difference. They would not have been saying, they would have been saying, we're Newcastle United, and we're this, and we're that, and that's not what we stand for, and blah, blah, blah. That's what they would have been saying. But because it's Rafa, it's a different hat they've got on.
and I would argue that that's people living in the past.
So, hand on heart then, and I'll move on then if you say this. Hand on heart, if you turned up and that was McLaren, they or Kinnear, say, or Pardew, and you watched that game and we lost, and we played like that, you would sit here and go, totally understand why I did it. Goal difference is saving and it's fine. Would you? If you say it, that's fine. I'm not.
No, because I don't think that he would have the tactical nous to do that.
That's a fence argument. That's a. Just be honest. It is a fence argument. Just be honest. If so,
they're off again.
No, someone at work said that it's a shit argument. He wouldn't be clever enough to do that.
Well, he wouldn't.
I'm telling you now, he's played it. You've went on Saturday and McLaren or Kinnear has played that formation. He's done that style of game. What would you do? Would you sit there and go, it's goal difference, it's great? Or would you go, that's got a fucking clue what he's doing? What would you do? And whatever you say...
Probably because it's McLaren. He hasn't got a clue what he's doing.
There we go. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That's true. Listen, just be honest and stop trying to have to defend him because of who he is. Just be honest and say, you know what it is? I turned up and I paid my money. It was absolute shite.
That's the thing though.
I didn't like it. Sorry,
I guess he is getting away with it because he is
Rafa
Benitez.
And everything around the club is in turmoil.
Yeah. And I know it's a shitstorm for him. I know whose fault it is. I'm well aware he's not back properly. And I'm not blaming Rafa for any of this. All I'm trying to say is that he should bring his substitutes on earlier. We haven't even had a... We're not even playing well at all. 65 minutes. Fucking hell, if I change it, I would be saying the same if it was McLaren. I'd be saying the same if it was fucking Bobby Robson. I'd be saying the same if it was Kevin Keegan. How I make a change, freshen it up. What does he do now? Sometimes I don't even see him out the dugout. And we're playing that badly. I don't even see him on the sideline. I'm like, fucking hell, he's not even up.
No,
and if I do see him, he's doing this. That's all he does is that. All he ever does. Come on, come here. That's all he ever does. Truthfully, you watch him next week. You watch him on Saturday. I'm telling you now, you'll see him go. That's all he does.
I think Declan's gone Ashley Rafa.
I think he's gone mad,
hasn't he?
He's actually gone mental.
No, it's all he does. It's all he does. I'm telling you, man. And then you get the Ghostbusters bloke out with the clipboard, and he's up every set piece. He
loves him, doesn't he?
It's all in it though. Like, I'm not being.
Apparently he's not.
I'm just being honest.
Apparently he's not criticising him. He doesn't want him out.
No, I'm not.
It sounds to me like it sounds like you.
No. And I'll go back to what I said to you just then. If we're playing as bad as sometimes we have at home, right? And your manager's sitting on his bench with his legs crossed, huffing and puffing to who's next to him, they'd be going berserk, man. They'd be going absolutely berserk.
What you're trying to say is you want Kinnear back?
Well, he wants McLaren and Kinnear back, is what he's just...
Because it does make a
just
difference.
said there, doesn't he?
I do not want to change Rafa. If there's anybody...
You do.
You
You want earlier subs.
He doesn't know whether he's coming or going.
No, right. So, no,
I don't change him. Apart from he could be earlier substitution.
He could not stand there like that, not sit on the bench.
You're completely wrong.
It's like he has this own conversation in his head, doesn't it? Like, just
let us get the end of it. Okay. So you've just said to me, no, I says, I want to keep Rafa. And you went, no, you've just said before you went.
No, you didn't say I want to keep him. You said I wouldn't change him.
I wouldn't change him. So then he's all laughing and I go, so who did I say I would change him for?
Oh,
well, that's because you just sat there for 10 minutes saying everything that you would change.
I thought you meant you'd change him as in not change him out the seat.
Absolutely.
Change the way he sometimes approaches games.
Fucking drop Perez and play Muto. Yes. And make his substitutions earlier, but I wouldn't change him as him. I never want to change him.
You wouldn't change him in the manager's seat?
Absolutely not. Of course I wouldn't. Sure? I know for a fact if there's anyone in the world that can keep us up, it's him. There is no doubt about that. There is no doubt about that. No doubt at all. But going back, I'm going to say it one more time. Going back to my point though, if you turned up and that was McLaren, you'd be gone off it. And I mean that, off it. Absolutely off it.
You probably would.
You would be.
It's because Rafa's got the connection, with the fans, which we haven't had for a long time.
Rafa can get away with it.
Next question, he's going to get loads of shit soon, so give him the next question.
I love Rafa, I do. All I'm trying to say is that...
I'm not convinced.
He's my profile picture on Twitter.
No, but sorry, was that one question, wasn't it, that went through there?
That was one question, mate. I think you've answered the rest
sorry,
of it.
what's it called, Shaquille O'Neal or something?
Shaquille O'Neal.
You can do what you want. You're allowed to analyse You're allowed to analyse and have your opinion.
Well, there you are. You heard us here first.
Sorry, apologise.
So the rest of the questions are all taken up by one topic.
Food again?
No.
Oh, okay.
The word is Talksport.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, we can. Right.
There's been like 5 or 6 questions sent in around.
I'm surprised. I'm actually
The
surprised.
comments about
So,
Talksport.
I think.
None about something else.
What do you want to ask a question about? We'll answer this then.
The book. She got that book this morning.
Oh, Keegan.
No,
Jack,
Keegan,
yeah.
no,
Hasn't been
not,
in yet.
not a single question.
How
about
can
that.
Talksport get more air than the man himself?
That is true.
Sorry, but answer the question. So that's what.
Go ahead with the Talksport question then.
So it's just all around the fact of the comments that have been made on there.
Give one question, mate.
So there is what an ignorant blob broadcast moose is. Can we do him a travel guide? One word for the tonight, lads. Talksport discussed the bunch of bellends that they are. People getting bent out of shape over Talksport comments. I'd rather shit in my hands and clap than listen to it. But why do they always talk about us if we're not a big club?
Right. Right.
So
I've
all
got,
along the same lines.
I've got the transcript here of the actual conversation which happened this afternoon. I think it was between this morning.
It was Friday, and then
It was today, wasn't it?
when it happened, and then he kind of.
So it starts off with
started to
that
defend his comments.
that fat twat, Ian Abrahams. Can't stand the bloke. I've never liked him. He's
a tit.
proper punching above his weight, and he's carrying a lot of weight in regards to the job that he's doing.
The cholesterol. Oh, I nearly said the word. I nearly said it. The word that you don't always ever say. I nearly said
Did you?
it.
Nearly?
I nearly went there.
Shit.
The
I think if
cholesterol,
you're ever
I'm not
allowed
gonna
to say it, just,
No,
just
it's
call him.
not gonna happen. The cholesterol C-U-N-T. I'm not going to say it.
Just call him.
Hey, I nearly did there, you know.
Just call him.
No, definitely not.
Just call him.
No.
Right, so yeah, he comes in the studio being a Billy Big Bollocks, as he normally does. I think he knows everything about football and everything about
Because
fans.
he's got lots of friends in football.
He hasn't got any friends. He's not got a single friend in his life.
No, he's got lots of
This is
pictures-
coming from
lots
the
of
bloke.
pictures with
Can
him.
you imagine his photos on his phone as well? It would just be like, hold me phone for us, and then every photo.
Here
my
I am
best
with
mate, like,
me and my friends.
Yeah.
Me and my
It's not those
friends.
photos I'd be worried about.
Yeah.
He's definitely
with my
a virgin,
friend.
him, isn't he? He's a virgin, him, you know. He's a virgin. He's got no mates. No one likes him at all.
No,
Cholesterol through the
he's
roof.
got lots of pictures with his friends.
If you had to, if you had to draw a picture of an offender, you'd like draw him.
Oh, 100%. Oh,
We'll stop that there before we say anything. We shouldn't, right? Right.
He
So
looks like a bit like Rose West. Do you not reckon?
right. So the conversation which went on, right? He comes in. He says, everyone keeps telling me what a big club Newcastle are. At least Leeds have at least won the title in the last 30 years. Newcastle, since I was born, have won nothing. Not a thing.
I thought, is he kidding me?
He then goes on saying, since colour television was invented, zilch, absolutely nothing. So when Jim White says they're a big club, they get 52,000. Yeah, well, what else is there to do in Newcastle? Some smart Alex sent me a link to TripAdvisor about what there is to do in Newcastle. I looked at it. There's one art gallery and a few parks to walk around. You should probably walk around some of them, you fat shit. Hang on a minute.
I can think of at least 2.
So he goes on, he talks about Newcastle fans, he tries to... So he reads out, oh, hang on a minute, I won't go to the footy, I'll walk around the park. Yes, they get a lot of people through the gate, I'm not denying that, but that doesn't make you a big club. When you get 52,000 people through the gate, when there's practically nothing else to do on a Saturday afternoon.
Hey, what a fucking arsehole.
You know what it is? I was more...
Has he
I'm
done that for the bite?
It's the same that he does all the time. He does it all the
Do
time.
you not think he's daft enough to actually believe that?
He's a knobhead.
It's probably, he's came to St James's Park and he hasn't been fed, probably.
He's never been out of London, man. He's never left London. He hasn't got a clue.
But he probably has.
He hasn't.
He's a West Ham fan. That's where them are like the worst. Oh, what a horrible
Going north
place.
of the Thames is a
What a
foreign
horrible
country to
place.
him, man.
That's just ignorant. That's just awful.
It's pure ignorance.
That is
I'm not.
awful, that.
I don't want to give him too much airtime because I can't stand the bloke.
You know what it is? I was more annoyed with Danny Murphy's comments after that.
Right. So it goes on. Jim White immediately replies saying, "They're a big club." Danny Murphy, you are correct, Moose, in what you've said. Newcastle are well supported, but they're not a big club. They're a team that yo-yos between the Championship and the Premier League. How is that a big club?
Point 1. Yo-yos between the Championship and the Premier League.
Exactly.
So since 1992, when the Premier League was formed, how many times have we been relegated?
Twice.
Twice. That's a fucking good yo-yo, that, isn't it?
That's a canny yo-yo.
You know, what a
Kill your
yo-yo
knuckles,
that
because
is.
I was be at the top, wouldn't it?
It's always up here.
But
I wish I was a yo-yo club like that all the time.
Jim White replies, I'm absolutely flabbergasted. Danny Murphy, I got mullered for saying Villa weren't a big club. I had to retract a little bit because they have been a big club because they won the European Cup and they've that's supposed to...
Point 2. When did Villa win the European Cup?
Exactly. He then goes on and says, Villa have competed at the top of the Premier League in my lifetime.
Point 3.
So actually, I was partly wrong there.
Point 3. Remember Newcastle United?
Second, third, fourth, fifth.
When Newcastle United constantly challenged at the top of the table.
Yeah.
that's it.
He then goes on saying, what I meant to say was, and why I never thought it was a big club, was because every time I went to Villa Park, the stadium was never full. So I'm contradicting myself because if the stadium is full, it creates a big club atmosphere. But I was wrong about that because they have a stadium. Just because they have a stadium full doesn't constitute being a big club. Success and worldwide support does. The fat twat Moose goes on, which is the most annoying bit. Last time I checked, you didn't go to Spain and see people walking up and down the promenade and beach wearing Newcastle shirts. You do with Liverpool, Manchester United.
I refer
you even
Mr.
do
Moose to
with
our previous podcast.
Rangers and Celtic. Yeah.
Now, in fairness to Jim White, he actually says, no, you do see them in Spain.
Yeah,
He,
100%.
Did he?
I honestly,
Oh,
right.
he goes, no, you're totally wrong. In Spain, you do. He's desperate to show you that.
All right.
And then
but yes,
Put it away.
you want to get some cream on that. Does it then talk about Murphy about when he has it got their comments about
That's
when
all
he
I've
was
got.
in? So then he went on to say when he was playing in his career, that not in Korea, the place, his actual career, that that Villa were always challenging around at the top of the table. Newcastle weren't doing that. Hold on a minute.
Yeah, he's full of shit.
I can't.
When he was playing for Liverpool, when he was playing for Fulham, we constantly were playing against these, and we were at the top of the table. We were finished second and third. We were finishing above Liverpool.
Do you know what's difficult with certain pundits as well as you notice that some of them choose the argument of looking at recent times of the Yo-Yo Club being relegated twice in 6-7 years.
Which I can understand,
No.
but it was when he then went to go during when I was playing in my career.
Yes, I get you that one. I'm totally right. And then you've got the other side of it that look at it that we are still looking in the past. So we look at when we were good.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
yeah.
They can't win, can you? So some of them look at it that we're shit now and we're shite and we should never be good. And other ones go, but they just keep looking in the past. Where the fuck am I meant to look then?
And if you must have listened to our podcast, because our podcast a couple of weeks ago was said we're going to say we're a big club because you can go to a Turkish
100%.
shop and buy a Newcastle shirt.
No, you're right there though. I'm not. Are you fussed about this? Why is that even a question on a show?
Because
are we a big club?
Because
What
Newcastle
the fuck,
are
man?
the thing is Newcastle has a fan base.
Of course, we're a big club because they keep talking about it.
Newcastle United, in regards to social media, the interaction that we get in regards to a fan base on social media is massive. So you look at some of the other clubs, and like if you look at Watford, you don't see their interaction because the amount of accounts we have, they know for fine well. Us even talking about this is getting interaction.
You can guarantee tomorrow they're going to have 50 Newcastle fans waiting to ring up and talk on that show tomorrow.
Of course.
So do you think
that is 100% why they've done it.
So the reason we're starting this conversation is the Moose just doing all that?
No, I don't think it's all set up.
That's what I'm saying.
I think he probably partially believes his own nonsense.
I think he does. Like.
But that is exactly what that is, nonsense, which is why I was more bothered about what Danny Murphy's ridiculous comments that are just
Really?
factually incorrect.
I was more annoyed with his. He's criticising an incomplete area.
thing is,
saying there's nothing else better to do on a Saturday afternoon. Well, do you not think that we've got families? I think we've got maybe we've got to go to work. Is he trying to say that?
Well,
that's shit. We've got
but
nothing else to do.
What I mean is
Clearly never been to Sinners.
that is just complete ignorance.
Well, that's why that annoys more.
Ignorance of what is around. Whereas Murphy is just blatantly lying and not addressing any facts or actually what is the truth in anything. It's just so easy to pick, as I just did there, 5 or 6 points in 2 sentences where you can pick to pieces everything that he said.
I think Murphy might be the type of person, I think, about contradicting. It wouldn't surprise me if United actually, I think I got that wrong there. I think he's more of a man to do
You can
that.
see halfway through that conversation with himself, he's thought, shit, like I'm completely like saying the opposite of what I'm thinking. Yeah,
and he said that
he's
he
trying
did.
to justify it and thinking
he says,
he's still talking a load of shit.
He is, well, they all do. But I was more annoyed with Moose. To be really honest, I was furious.
To be fair, I don't listen to Talksport anymore.
I even seen a Sunderland guy, a Sunderland fan on Twitter comment and go, do you know what it is? You bang out a line there, like. Even he, like,
really?
he did. He went, I'm from New Sunderland and I live on that side and I go to watch Sunderland. But, you know, like, the Newcastle's a really nice city. It's got great restaurants, blah, 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 blah. Like, he went on to say some nice things, which I thought was surprising.
Well, even one of the other hosts was it Adrian Durham?
He put a picture on, didn't
he tweeted on and said,
he went on.
I want to distance myself from these comments.
He went to Durham. Did he go to Durham University? He's another prick, though.
Well, yeah, they're all pricks. They're all pricks, but at least he had the decency to go, listen, I'm removing myself from this because that is not the case. Like. But then, any look, cholesterol guy has a heart attack and that's great.
The funniest one was there was some bloke from Leicester going, oh, well, it's probably true. Leicester? What is there to do in Leicester?
It's probably true. That's what I mean. It's probably true. People believe this shit. They actually believe this shit.
They still think we're all walking around with fucking whippets and flat caps and working down the pit Monday to Friday.
I haven't even got electricity in the house.
Yeah.
Pissing the bucket in the back garden.
I had nettle soup for me tea. Can't afford chippy teas round here.
So
unless
you
can down the coast and
Garlic
catch it
soup,
yourself.
Garlic for me nettles.
Probably taste nice.
Right, on that note, I think we'll
kids.
call it a day because my battery's dying on the camera. I wish we could talk some more, but we can't. Okay, thanks for listening once again. And we'll see you next week.
And the moose is a prick.
Fat prick.